Hi everyone, right, what you can see now is me making a plaque or a wall hanging, and in this wall hanging I decided to use a mixed array of flowers. Here I'm just putting the background on. I started with an A4 sheet of felt, and to stiffen it and so it doesn't stretch, I've decided to use a large doily. I'm just gluing that on. You can use anything you want. You can use fabric on top of felt. I use a little bit of fabric on top here, and that's a corded fabric. It's just a piece I had, and it was the background texture, colour, and style that I wanted, because you could see the doily through it. This was taken, what I'm doing now was taken from a tablecloth, and I never throw the ends away. It's the the outer section. I never throw them away because they come in handy quite a lot, actually. They can do pages with them or anything. So as you can see, I'm now gluing that on, which will split the whole sheet for different look and different textures. It doesn't matter that it's going over the edge. We turn in what we want to turn in, and glue it down, and then we cut off what we don't want. It's very easy to do. I've now chosen a picture frame. I love this picture frame because it already had an array of flowers in colour, and I matched that up with other flowers and colour as well. So right now I'm just trimming out the picture itself. I pop that back onto the frame, and then just to secure it, I use a little bit of card cut to size to hold the picture in, and that alone can be glued onto the fabric. They're quite easy. They often have a little backing on them with a little stand, and I just take them off completely. Just a matter of cutting it down. It's got to be bigger than the picture itself for it to be glued, and for the picture to stay as well. But that can now be glued straight on to the fabric. Now, don't always use the centre of the top of a page or a plaque or whatever you're doing. Move your picture around. I sometimes have them at the bottom with the flowers at the top. I sometimes put them to one side. In this particular instance, I'm putting the picture to the left-hand side of the wall hanging, because that's basically what I'm making, is a wall hanging plaque, whatever you want to call them. Now, this at the moment, I'm making butterfly wings. Well, a butterfly in total, to be honest. And while I've cut that out now, what I need for the butterfly, I'm now layering again. Now, the best thing about fabrics and laces and things like that is that you can layer them. And the more you can layer them, but without losing what you've already done, so you see every aspect of your project. Try and mix them slightly in colours, lighter shades of cream, darker shades of cream, different patterns, so that everything stands out in your wall hanging. Again, here's another lace that I'm going to attach to the central lace, and the central lace splits the two, the top and the bottom. It wasn't, I'd actually cut some of the little bits off on the end, and I had to rearrange where it laid. Going back to the butterfly now, I'm double layering the butterfly. Well, it's actually got a triple leg, so it's got an actual butterfly applique, and I'm adding these little, they are leaves, I think, yeah, but they look like butterfly wings, fancy ones. So we're doing that. Now, what I do with mine, I always try, if I'm layering a butterfly, to make the wings stand up, so that you can see the layers of butterflies. And to do that, I use hot glue and beads. Beads because it's nice when you look at a butterfly from a certain angle, you can be able to see the beads underneath, and it looks really pretty. And these are the little glass beads that I'm using. They're not quite a seed bead, but they do the job. As you can see, you just pop 2 or 3 in the wings, in between the wings, and that will prop up the wing itself. But I also do and use a little bit of wire, which you will see shortly. Like, I'm adding beads to lift the wings there. But I do a little bit of wire on the top of the wing if I want to bend the wing in an arch, which is what I did do with this one, using just some little diamante bling, again with pink centres. It's basically shades of pinks, a little bit of green, and creams, and they're the colours I absolutely love to work with. I'm just making a little wire loop that the wing will stick to, and I fold it into a V and stick the bottom half to the bottom section of the wing and the top half to the top layer, and that holds the wing out and shapes it, or you bend it into the shape you want your wing. I'm sorry I'm doing it this way, and I've got another sore throat coming on, unfortunately. So I didn't really want to be talking too much. But there you go. As you can see, I'm just putting the second layer on. The right hand side one just didn't want to go, it wanted to do its own thing, and so I fiddled about with it until I got it how I wanted it. If you haven't already cut your fabrics once you've laid them on, just be careful when you're doing something like I'm doing here. You can place it in the wrong place, but we got it to work. It worked in the end. So it's not quite centralised on that line. It's slightly above it. And I like that. I think it's different. And you don't want to do the same as everybody else. Do your own thing. Again, another layer. This is the tassel. I do put some beaded tassel on as well. Right, as you can see now, I'm just adding the beaded tassel, and this is absolutely stunning. I have got to, well, I've ordered it for the shop, but it is expensive. So all the new kits have been getting this in, even though it's about 12 inches, I think, but you know, you can do a lot with that. So what's happening now is finishing the whole thing off. I think I went to get something, to be honest. Yeah, they are. I went to get the flowers. And I think, you know, this is where you have to glue the sides in. I didn't want to cut the doily off, although I could have done. I chose not to. I chose to glue them in and then trim everything else off. And you just have to be careful. I had the butterfly underneath and almost cut it, but I think we saved that. No one's going to see the back of it when it's hanging up. And the beaded tassel was a little bit too long, wide, so I just trimmed that off, but kept the beads. Don't throw them away. I mean, I don't plan anything. I have a picture in my head, and if I've got the equipment, I will try and use it. I really, really don't plan anything. I try not to. I like to build things up as I go along, as I see and do some. Excuse me. As I see and do something, I think of something else, and I go, well, what if you do this? What if you do that? And it's always questioning myself in my head. Or try this, try that. And that's what I do. Sometimes I'll put things on and then change them, take them off again and start doing something else. But I do cut myself a little array of flowers, and there's some stamen. And now I start to do the flowers on the top right hand section. Now don't forget, you layer. If you're going to use leaves and stamen and things like that, think of where they are. I mean, the thing is, there's no set way of crafting. You can do exactly what you want, how you want to do it, and where you want to do it. And it comes with experience. Like I often do mine like that. You see, there's 3 cream and 3 pink, and then I build around it. and then the central one will go in. And there you go. I used a fabric flower for the centre. Tried the bling, didn't like it, and then ended up putting a pearl acrylic one, rose in. Now, I don't like to overdo. I'm just putting the leaves in now. I leave those till last, and only for the reason is because I don't know what I'm going to do and how many flowers I'm going to use. So leaves are always easy to leave till last. Now I'm just going to add a layer of lace, but not hiding. Look, I can still see the braid I put in. So, and that's again going back to layering. And as you can see, I didn't put anything in the right hand corner where I'm working now. I didn't let the beaded trim go right across there. I don't see the point in wasting it. You're not going to see it. I put a little cluster of flowers in there. And what's the point of hiding it when you could use that somewhere else? And then I think what I do next is I add some diamante bling, the chain. Oh no, I do the cluster in the top left hand corner because it's bland. There's nothing there. I don't want too much in and take the look away from the flowers. So these are brooches, and then pearl brooches that I get clusters. We get them at car boots, and that's why I look for them. Now here I'm just hanging something from the bottom of the picture because I don't want to put lace around. I don't want to overdo it. I have got to get the balance right how I like it. So I decided to hang a tasseled bling, then change my mind and put a vintage brooch on with a handmade tassel. So you'll see the handmade tassel in a minute. And you know the one with the chain that I have. You've seen me use it before. I hang that onto one of the pearl drops that pearl. Look, it's a little diamond of pearls and a diamante in the middle. So what I did, I used the metal beaded trim to hang from that. That gave me a different look of that. And then I hung it all from the underneath the antique one. And it really did look nice, really nice. This was one bead on a ribbon from something, didn't want to waste it, added it to the picture. Why not? You just hang it. It's just little bits like that, set them off. Here we are, I'm doing the chain now. This is the Aurora Borealis. I can't say it. Aurora Borealis. Oh, well, Arcee, whatever it is. It's, I've never said, AB, that's what I call it. Which is the coloured diamante. And then what I do now is I attach some hanging bits when I've put this braid. I do actually use the braid on all the bits you can see. Hang the tassel bits on. Cover the braiding up with a little bit of felt just to protect it and hold it firm. Threaded the rod through, and then obviously that will then get hung up. So I hope you like that. Enjoy it and try, do what you like. Suits everybody.